We're back at Circa Resort and Casino for the unofficial start to the college football season here at the 2024 Mountain West Football Media Days. We're having a blast getting to talk with all the players across the Mountain West here today from our institutions. And now we are joined by the New Mexico Lobos, Luke Wysong, Gabe Lopez, Jesse Kurtz. I'm Bridget Howard. Guys, it's great to see you. I know you just came from some fun activities upstairs, but your overall first impressions here at Circa, it's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, it's honestly amazing. It's insane.
Yeah, Gabe, have you ever been to Las Vegas before? What are your first thoughts?
Oh, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas.
Oh, you're born and raised in Las
perhaps
Vegas.
you
He
have.
knows this isn't a thing or two for, yeah, he's all good. But have you ever been to Circa before?
Oh, yeah, I have been to Circa
Been to Circa before?
yeah.
All right. He's
Another veteran.
tried and true. He's got it. He's got it.
Guys, here, as we do every year, the preseason poll comes out that is voted on by League's media, a necessary evil, if you will, to get the conversation going. Lobos picked near the bottom. How does that fuel a fire, Gabe, for what you guys can achieve, and some fuel for that here in 2024?
I feel like it just represents everything that we've been building in New Mexico, like just taking on that underdog role and just understanding that nobody believes in us but us, and that's all that really matters to us. We've been working as hard as we can because, like I said, we know we're going to be the underdogs going into most every game we play. And then that's the mindset that we're going to bring it. Yes, sir.
Luke, you've been around New Mexico football all your life. Family members are Lobo alum. When you know where Lobo football has been, what it can be, and to be a part of this building process with a new head coach, that fun for you?
Yeah, it's so amazing. I mean, I grew up here, so obviously I know like what it's like and stuff like that. And then always hearing from my dad's uncles and my mom too of like what it could be and how it's been. It's so great to work to get it back there, and I'm so excited for the season.
As you guys should be, you got a new guy at the helm, Bronco Mendenhall, a proven winner. He's been bowl eligible in 16 of the 17 years that he's been a head coach, and I know that's something that New Mexico fans are really jumping at the bit to get back to, right? Being bowl eligible, being back to that. What have your guys' impressions been of your new head coach over the last couple of months through spring ball, through this summer? What has you excited to be led by a guy like this, Luke?
Yeah, I think that being able to be led by Coach Mendenhall has been like the best thing ever in my life. He's such a knowledgeable person, and just the way he carries himself every single day. I think I've learned so much from him about day-to-day life and how to be a better person. So being able to really hear from him, like a leader like that, has been so influential in my life.
Yeah.
Same question for you, Gabe. In what ways has Bronco Mendenhall made you a better person and then a better football player already?
Yeah, having a Mendenhall as a coach is really a blessing. He holds us to such a high standard, like such high expectation. Like nobody's above the law in our program. Everybody gets treated equal. So it's just like when you have a guy that like genuinely cares about you as a person, not only as a football player, and wants to teach you life lessons out of football, it's, like I said, it's really a blessing.
So we heard from your incredible SID, Mr. Frank Mercogliano, who knows Lobo football and Lobo athletics back and forth, right? He said you guys have to earn your numbers this year. Can you give Lobo fans some insight as to what that all entails? Gabe, can you give us some more?
So in our program, our saying now is it's earned, not given. So everything in our program is determined off of how hard you work. So during fall camp, we all go in, no numbers. You just have the last name on your jersey. And then depending on how hard you work during that first week of fall camp, the players themselves get to vote, like the top 25. And then you get to pick your numbers based off that. And then the first top 25 will have their numbers. And then another week after that, it'll be another 25. And then another 25. And then those are the 75 guys that we're going to go into game week 1.
That's so cool. And if I'm not mistaken, that's all decided by the coaching staff and then the leadership council, correct?
Just us.
Just you guys,
just the players,
leadership council. Okay, so give us some insight into the leadership council. Who is that comprised of?
Yeah, so the leadership council is just, it was player voted of people on our team that we think is the most fitting from each group. And it's really cool because, I mean, all the players voted it anonymously. They just gave us like papers one day in like our team meeting, and we got to just vote on who we think is best fitting for our group. So like individual like wide receivers, edge, quarterbacks, running backs, like all the different groups. So it was sick just to be able to vote on who we thought was best fitting.
Yeah, I have to imagine neither of you have probably had to do something like this or been asked of this in your careers, to know that everything is earned and not given, and to really know that the responsibility is truly all on you for the simplest things like your number, right? How does that change your mindset a little bit going into this season, if at all, Gabe?
I think it changes it a lot, just like how you approach everything. Like we said, you are who you are in everything you do. So if you're going to train hard and you're going to work hard on the field, you deserve like to have what you want. And it may be different in some other programs, or like somebody transfers in and they're a high, solid guy. They're going to probably get that number they want. Well, for us, it doesn't matter. Like I said, if you're working the hardest, it doesn't matter if you're a walk-on, first year, senior, you're going to be a part of the team, and you'll be able to have a good part in it.
Yeah.
Gabe, you led all New Mexico defensive linemen and tackles, had 26 last year, a couple of sacks, 4 tackles for loss. Let's just get this out in the open here. What number are we shooting for? If you are picked as the top 25, what's the number that's on the top of your? You want to give that away in case someone's going to take it from you?
I think we got to go 0.
All right.
Yeah, number
all right.
0.
All right, Luke,
from
what are we aiming for?
I'm sticking with 15.
15? All right. Well, you have been a very productive player for a long time for New Mexico. Back-to-back years, led the Lobos in receptions. Last year, unfortunately, the injury bug gets you, and you don't play. How did last year make you appreciate the ability and the opportunity to play college football, and how much has that kind of fueled your off season and your excitement for this year?
Yeah, I think that last season honestly did a lot for me mentally, physically, emotionally, because I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And so not being able to be out there with my best friends and stuff like that, and then having to like stay home whenever like they would travel and like go on the road games, that was hard for me, and like I learned so much about myself, and it was great. Honestly, I learned so much, and I'm honestly so grateful for it because I've learned so much about myself, and yeah, I haven't feel like that I've played like an actual college football game in a little minute, so it'll be good to be back. I'm so excited.
We'll remind you how good of a player you were a couple of years ago with some highlights. I've always marveled at your talents as a wide receiver. You're not 6'4", 220. You're not a guy that physically you're gonna say that guy is an elite wide receiver, but you are. How do you play bigger than your frame?
Yeah, I think when it comes down to that, I think it's my mindset and then being able to use my abilities at the right times. I think I'm a very explosive player, and I like to describe myself as like a fire starter whenever I have the ball in my hands. So I just really feel like being able to use my abilities when they're needed and stuff like that, I feel like that's when I'm able to do the most.
There's another guy out wide, Caleb Medford, pretty impressive dude out there. To know the wide receiver core that y'all have, what has this summer, this spring season been like, getting this group together and all on the same page for the start of the season?
Yeah, Caleb's a great person on and off the field, and being able to have him out there with me is great. Knowing someone that's more of a deep threat, bigger receiver is great. And honestly, we have a lot of talent in the receiver room that I don't think many people know about right now. So I'm pretty excited for all of us to be able to showcase what all of us can do, because we all work individually together, and we're there all the time at the facility working hard and just doing our own thing. So I'm excited for us to be able to showcase what we've been working on.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the guys on the defensive side of the ball that will complement what you do up front. I look at a guy like Tavian Combs, 46 tackles in 5 games before he was injured. Spent spring recovering from an ankle injury. But when he is fully healthy, what sort of a difference maker, an explosive playmaker can he make at the safety position?
Yeah, he's definitely a game changer for us. And we need him out there. We need him healthy. like just knowing he's in the back end, like that trust that we built together. Like I know when he's back there that the ball's not going to go deep, and I'll have some more time to rush the passer. And then not only that, he's going to come up and play physical in the run. He's just a great player that we have on our defense.
And you have a number of guys that have played in a Lobo uniform on the defensive side of the ball. But one guy that we will remind people that has joined your defense is Noah Avenger, a guy that came over from San Diego State a couple years ago at this event. He was preseason All-Mountain West. Very highly thought of player. How does he fit into what you guys do on defense that will make him the type of player that made him a preseason All-Mountain West player when he played for the Aztecs?
I think he just fits right into our culture. Like he's one of the hardest working guys on our defense, and it shows. He's like the position leader of the corners. He came in and he works his butt off. He's super smart too. Like you can tell he really knows the game. Like you said, he's had experience. He played at San Diego State, and we're just lucky to have him. I think he's going to be a great asset to our team.
Yep.
Luke, offensively, Trace Bruckler led all tight ends in receptions last year. What does he bring to this offense?
Yeah, I think Trace brings so much versatility to this offense. Trace is someone that I've been around for a few years now. I've got the chance to, I actually came into college with Trace, so I've known him for so long, but I think the way that he carries himself, the way that he works is honestly incredible, and he is a very versatile player, whether it comes to pass blocking, catching the ball, running with the ball in his hands, and I think he just brings so much versatility to the game, honestly, and he allows us to do things that I think other teams may have problems with and stuff like that. So people have to game plan for him because he's a very versatile player and he's used everywhere on the field, special teams, everything like that. He's a very impactful player.
I feel like nowadays it's pretty rare to say, yeah, I'm still playing with a guy that I came in with all these years ago, now with how the transfer portal is and everything. How have you seen him grow? What is your guys' relationship like in that way? Having been around this Lobos program for so long, you obviously grew up in it, but you two being around the program for so long, knowing the expectations, what this community wants and is, you know, deserving of, but what has it been like to grow up in this program with him?
Yeah, I think it's great because actually Trace started out as a wide receiver, came in as a receiver, so it was me, him, and a few other guys that came in as receivers, but then quickly he made his transfer over to tight end, so that was kind of sad, but no, it's great being with him. He really embraces everything, the same mentality that we all have and possess, and I know him and his family both love this town and this place, and I'm honestly so glad he's on the team.
Gabe, it's a defense that I'm sure in the defensive room, know that there were places that you had to get better, had to improve, gave up 35 points a game last year. What are some of the tangible places that you are confident that this group has reached those benchmarks, that it will be better and will keep the offense in games?
I'd say just our mentality. I think in the spring that was like our biggest focus, like just not allowing nobody to score points on us. And we want to be the most physical, and we want to attack the ball and have all 11 guys to the ball. And I think that was a main focus for us, just effort to the football after even the play was drawn, and just total effort. That's what our plan for our defense is this year.
Guys, we've gone 14 minutes and haven't mentioned a quarterback. I think it's time to mention the quarterback.
Yeah.
You guys have a guy that was in the program a year ago, and Devin Dampier had a really strong spring, is what I understand. Passed the ball very well. Last year was quite good, 525 yards passing, also rushed for over 300 yards, 10 total touchdowns. Why is he the guy, Luke? Why is he the guy that you guys will look to help lead the offense?
Yeah, Devin, I can honestly speak so much on Devin, even just on like a personal level. Dev's like such an amazing person on and off the field, and he's such like a great leader. He's very comical and he's quite the character too. But yeah, he's a strong-willed person. He's very smart with the ball in his hands, and he always finds ways to make things happen, whether it's quick passes, sees this hole, that window, do this, do that. He's he's always finding the play, and I think he's a huge impactful player that people are going to really have to game plan for, and honestly, love him on our team. He does so much, and I'm really glad he's on our team.
Little nugget from Frank Mercogliano, the communications lead at New Mexico. Led the nation, did Dampier, in touchdown passes without an interception. Had 6 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, I believe was the number. So takes care of the football. But I want to know, how does he keep things light? You said he's a comedian. What does he do? Like, what are some of the things he does to keep things light in the huddle or in the locker room?
Yeah, he's a jokester. We all joke with each other, whether it's funny things here or funny things there. He's just comical, and like he always jokes with everybody. He makes everyone feel involved and stuff like that, and we're always playing pranks on each other, like doing this and that. So it's funny, but yeah, he always keeps it light, not too serious, but yeah.
Great to have a guy who can do that. Keep
sure.
things light, right? All right, well, let's take a look at your guys' schedule this season. The non-conference slate, you start off with Montana State, then you go to Arizona, then to Auburn, and then you got the conference season. When you look at that, and you look at the way your season is starting off, what do you hope to prove about New Mexico football in those early games, Luke?
Yeah, for sure. We start off with Montana State. That's going to be a really good game.
Oh,
and
yeah. That's a good team.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just looking to go out there and just show everyone everything that we've been working on. Our team's been working so hard. And then on the road against Arizona and Auburn, I think those would be 2 good games for us. I think we'll get to learn a lot about our team early, so I think that'll be good, just being able to know whenever certain situations come about in games, how we're going to respond and react, and just be all on the same page and keep our composure.
Some pretty fun environments
Yeah,
you're about
for
to be
sure.
in, at Arizona, at Auburn. Gabe, is there a Mountain West school that you see on there that you always kind of enjoy going to, that has a good environment?
It's going to be interesting to go to San Diego State.
Yeah.
Never played there in that new stadium,
Yeah.
so
Good place.
that would be an exciting one to go to.
Yeah.
And then we're going to Hawaii, so that's always one. It's like, yeah, go be in Hawaii.
That's an all right trip, man.
Yeah.
No, I look at this. This is the first time I've really taken a look top to bottom. This is as tough as a 5-game stretch as you're going to find to open up. Montana State is a national championship caliber team at the FCS level.
Sure.
They have gone in and scared many of FBS teams. At Arizona, they're loaded under former Mountain West Coach of the Year Brent Brennan. At Auburn, SEC, no joke. Fresno State, always a Mountain West championship contender. And then a rivalry game at New Mexico State and Las Cruces. I mean, that's a 5-game gauntlet for you guys. You embrace this?
Of course, you got to. All the hard work we've been putting in, we're just gonna, that 5-game stretch is gonna really test us, and it's gonna show us who we are, and we're gonna learn about our team, and we're just gonna keep it pushing.
We love it. Well, Gabe Lopez, Luke Wysong, great to talk with you both. We're thrilled to see what the Lobos can do this year. Excited to see Bronco Mendenhall at the helm, see what he can do as well, leading this Lobos team. But thank you both for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you guys get after it this season.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, fellas. We have one more stop before halftime here at Mountain West Football Media Days, live from Las Vegas. Our final stop is with the San Diego State Aztecs, also under new direction, and Sean Lewis will get a chance to talk to his senior tight end, Jude Wolfe, and Deshaun McEwen, the senior safety for the Aztecs, when we come back live to Circa Resort and Casino, live at 2024 Mountain West Football Media Days in Las Vegas.